because let's face it, you know, it's something that many people can relate to. When you see people who are quote unquote celebrities and are recognized wherever they go, in the store, in the streets, they walk, then it's an entirely different aura. But you've got to remember they're just people like you and I. And because we've got to make the decision about their lives. You know, it was up to us. We were going to sign them or not sign them. So, from my own perspective, I always took the approach, and I had Roz to guide me, that we were given this role to play in life. And therefore, you know, give it the best you can, treat people with dignity and respect, because that's the way we would want to be treated. But I don't want to be critical here, but I want to tell you, it's a very sad thing for me to say, that one of the most difficult roles that I had, and I'm sure Roz had, was maintaining integrity and honesty in sports. The reason that we left sports, and I'll speak for myself and let Roz speak for herself, drugs has become a terrible thing in all sports that we were involved in. Football, racing, hockey, and baseball. You know, there's so much money involved. Not billions, but trillions when you take them together cumulatively. You know, it's very difficult to rock the boat. But what's happened in particularly baseball of more recent vintage, but they all have the same problem. At least that's our judgment. And you know, we were there in the middle of it all for 30, 40 years. Drugs is nothing new. In the early 50s or 40s, liquor was the problem. But that quickly subsided and drugs took over. And one must realize that when you're talking about drugs, when a player is making, I don't know what the minimum salary is today, but it's in excess of $1 million, I'm sure. So when a player is making $1 million, $2 million, $4 million, up to $26 million, and he starts to get older, and his abilities start to lessen, his injuries become more often, then he doesn't want to give that life up. He loves the applause of the crowd. He loves the cheers and being recognized on the street. So, unfortunately, a number of them turned to drugs. That bothered me a lot. And we fought against it all our lives, oftentimes at a pretty heavy price, both mentally and physically.